Welcome back to more Universe Mode here on the JPG channel. Friday Night SmackDown kicking off with tag team action. And we saw last week Drew McIntyre, Sheamus knocking off Imperium. This week they're tasked with facing against two in the Viking Raiders in Eric and Ivar, as they journey on to what they claim as their destiny to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions, which, would eventually lead them into a match with the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. And as I said before, that is a marquee match anywhere in the world. Here come the Raiders down to the ring. McIntyre and Sheamus truly have their work cut out for them here tonight against these two just mammoth of men. As here comes Sheamus out first.
Nearly 15 years into his WWE career, Sheamus still manages to deliver banger after banger. After banger. We got it.
Sheamus out here waiting for his tag team partner, Drew McIntyre. And, whenever these two men are involved in the match, you can almost certify that it's going to be nothing short of a banger, as Sheamus likes to say these days.
A multi-time world champion and a Royal Rumble winner. To this day, one of the toughest fighters in WWE.
Drew McIntyre looking war ready. And that's exactly the type of mood that these two men are going to want to be in to take on the Viking Raiders.
And we are about to witness a vicious exhibition of combat with the Viking Raiders, Eric.
And Sheamus, starting off heavy with a backbreaker to Eric. And a back suplex. This is exactly what you want to do to get the momentum on your side against the Viking Raiders. Beat them at their own game, and that's the power game, as a nice knee to the face from Sheamus. And another back suplex, really targeting the back of that neck early on. And now Drew McIntyre getting his first taste of this tag team match. But Eric looking to turn things back into their favor. Now dragging Drew to the corner to get Ivar in here. And look at this, an assisted power slam from Eric to Ivar. Almost an assist, almost an alley-oop to Ivar in a way. He sets him up. Ivar knocks him down, and look at this. Drew McIntyre completely thrown off his rocker here. He was targeting and more focused on Eric, while Ivar would, by the second that he even looked at Ivar had already left his feet. Ivar, deceptively athletic for the size of this man. I mean, we've seen him do things that should not be possible from a man his stature. Oh, and Eric coming in with a drop kick to Drew's head. And again, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, they look to really test themselves against the best that SmackDown has to offer. And in the few short weeks that they've been teaming up, they've been facing pretty much exactly that, as Eric drops him with a forearm. Last week it was Imperium. This week is the Viking Raiders. Look, they want to prove that they can earn and that they're the rightful #1 contenders for those SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Is a beautiful combination from Eric. It's not going to be no easy task knocking off really any tag team on SmackDown, let alone the Viking Raiders. But here comes Drew McIntyre with a gut wrench sit-out powerbomb. Gets a 1 count. Ivar would have been there for the breakup anyways. And Drew's going to want to keep the assault going. You don't want to give the Viking Raiders room to breathe. As now dragging Eric back to his corner where Sheamus waits. And look at this tag team tandem. Beautiful slingshot inverted DDT. But Eric getting right back into this with a kitchen sink down to Sheamus. Sheamus kicking out at 1. But the Viking Raiders really bring it to Sheamus and Drew McIntyre here tonight. It was Sheamus getting back in here the only way that he knows how, which is fighting. Beautiful combination of an Alabama slam and now a deadlift powerbomb. And you know, this is the type of fight that Sheamus and Drew welcome. I mean, these guys grew up getting into bar fights, just beating the snot out of each other on the independent scene. Oh, a beautiful powerbomb down to the ring apron. Eric's been in there for quite a good while. He's going to want to get a tag to the fresher man eventually. But that's if Sheamus and Drew McIntyre even allow that. But look at this, Eric fending himself off. Again, that combination we saw him perform on Drew McIntyre earlier. Look at Eric measuring Sheamus, I should say, in the corner, coming at him with a flying knee. 1, but Drew's up there for the save. But man, you could see that knee hit Sheamus sharp in the face, and it looks to have busted him open here. Oh, and now a spinning kick from Ivar. Sheamus taking the brunt end of the Raiders' offense here tonight. And Drew McIntyre again for the save, but that cut on Sheamus' face opening wider and wider the more that he stays into this match. And Sheamus trying to get something going for himself, but the Raiders are unrelentless. And now finally getting Drew McIntyre back into this match, and that's possibly exactly what he needed. Drew was probably looking to take it airborne, but Ivar luckily got out of the way in the nick of time. But I don't know if he's going to be so lucky this time. Drew McIntyre head of steam to the outside with a plancha. And now Drew McIntyre feeling it, and you know that the rage and aggression is just boiling inside of him. I mean, he had to witness the Viking Raiders pretty much do whatever they want to his tag team partner and his best friend in this business, and Sheamus. And look at this, a deadlift powerbomb from Drew McIntyre. And to lift up a man like Ivar, I mean, that's an impressive feature in its own right. Oh, look at this. Ivar ran straight at Drew McIntyre, and McIntyre had it scouted. And he gives him a kiss with the Glasgow kiss. Oh, and a big boot. And look at this. Drew McIntyre staying one step ahead of the Viking Raiders. He saw that Eric was looking to get into this match, and look at this with the Claymore straight to Ivar's face. He could be down and out. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. Talk about Drew McIntyre coming in, saving this match for their team as the Viking Raiders were displaying just pure dominance halfway into this match, but Drew McIntyre really coming out on the end of that one, coming in clutch, as they would say, as Sheamus and Drew McIntyre working their way up the tag team division here on the Blue brand. We got singles women's action here tonight. Bianca Belair versus Shayna Baszler. Bianca has lately been taking to social media, trying to get something going for herself in terms of a rematch with Charlotte Flair for that SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, we saw them collide this past WrestleMania. Charlotte Flair came out with the winning effort on that end, but Bianca Belair was no short of amazing in that match either, and really just came off a little short. Charlotte Flair was the better woman that night. Bianca believes that should they run it back, she would have what it takes to get the job done this time around. And a good way to prove herself is definitely against a competitor like Shayna Baszler. We talk about her NXT run, one of the longest reigning NXT Women's Champions. Just a dominant force here in the women's division. Tremendous MMA background, submission specialist. Bianca Belair is going to have to watch out here tonight against a competitor like Shayna Baszler. As here comes the EST of the Blue brand. And you really cannot call yourself the EST without being the BEST, the best. And right now, the only thing that she's missing is that women's championship. I mean, you cannot call yourself the best and not be champion. That's just not how it works. You can't be better than the champion. I mean, the champion is that for a reason. They hold that title for a reason. Charlotte Flair holds that title for a reason. She fended that title off in a fatal four-way match at Backlash against Bianca Belair, against Liv Morgan, and against Sasha Banks. Oh, look at this. Shayna Baszler looked to charge right at Bianca Belair, but Belair, ever the athletic competitor, and definitely displaying that in the early goings here. Belair is out to prove a point here tonight. She's out to prove why she deserves that rematch. And you know, similar to everybody that's trying to fend for a spot, Belair would love to get herself on that SummerSlam card in just a few short weeks. Oh my goodness, she went for a spear in the corner, but Baszler turned that around quick. And now judo throw and targeting the arm. And now just getting downright dirty. Scraping at the face. Oh, and a kick to the leg. Really working all the body limbs. And that's what Shayna Baszler will do. She's an animal in that ring. She'll rip you apart, limb for limb. And Bianca Belair is well aware that we talk about Shayna Baszler's run as an NXT Women's Champion. One of those women that she plowed through was indeed Bianca Belair. But, I mean, that was a way different Bianca Belair. Belair's on a different level nowadays, and she's definitely looking to prove that she hasn't lost her step in the women's division. Belair, a multiple-time women's champion in her own right. And look at this, a beautiful release, almost like a gut-wrench release right there. And Belair chasing Baszler out to the floor. looking to set her up or something. That's exactly what you want to do to a competitor like Baszler. You want to bring in the fight straight to her as a spear to the outside. Completely rocks Baszler. Now Bianca trying to keep control of this match. You do not want to get Shayna Baszler an opportunity to take control. Look at these. No, just squatting with the woman on her shoulders. That's always going to be impressive. And Bianca Belair showing a determined attitude here tonight. Just a drive to be the best, to be a winner, to be a champion once again. She's had to fight and crawl her way back to the very top. And like I said, you're not at the very top until you beat and become the new champion. And I think Bianca, of all people, knows that. I mean, she was champion for a long time. And she knows how hard it was to stay on the top of that mountain. And the target on your back that you get. Baszler looked to be going, or Bianca looked to be going for another spear, but Baszler got out of the way that time in a beautiful spine buster from Baszler down to the mat. And those kicks heading straight to Bianca. Oh, just slamming her down on the mat. Bianca Belair in a bad way right now. Oh my goodness, a step up. Forearm straight to the face. Baszler not to be denied here. Oh my goodness, a kick to the leg. Shayna Baszler beating down on Bianca Belair here tonight. A 1 count. Bianca Belair definitely being put to the test against Shayna Baszler, and I don't know if we really expected anything less. I mean, we know the type of competitor that Shayna Baszler is, but Bianca Belair caught her off guard. Oh, had her up with the chicken wing. And just threw her down with a variation of the Glam Slam. And now the KOD lands flush. The kiss of death. Shayna Baszler could be out here. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Bianca Belair picking up a much needed win in her quest to getting right back on top of the blue brand. And yes, definitely some momentum that she's going to need moving forward if she indeed does want to run it back with the Queen, Charlotte Flair. Whether that be SummerSlam or anywhere down the line. Bianca Belair picking up a much needed victory here tonight. Anyways, we got to move on because we have an incredible main event here tonight with Seth Freakin Rollins, who shocked the world, being revealed as that trade for Randy Orton, who's now Mr. Money in the Bank, and, you know, doing his own thing on the red brand, basically trying to target Cody Rhodes and his championship. Well, we found out exactly who they traded Orton for, and that was Seth Rollins. And he makes his SmackDown debut. I mean, you talk about a mainstay on the Monday Night brand. That is Seth Rollins in a nutshell. This is Seth Rollins' first time, being an official blue brand member. We've seen Seth Rollins on SmackDown before, but he was doing that on a part of being a member of Raw's roster. But now Friday night has become Friday Night Rollins. Rollins coming in into this match with not the usual gear. But hey, Rollins is going to do what he does best no matter what he competes in.
And the WWE Universe serenading Rollins with his battle hymn. Time for Seth Freakin Rollins to conduct.
And what a competitor we have for Seth Rollins on his first night here on Friday Night SmackDown. The King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. And we know Seth Rollins made his intentions clear, coming straight for Gunther's Universal Championship. And hey, if you want to prove yourself here on the Blue Brand, you put yourself against competitors like Shinsuke Nakamura. A win over Shinsuke for Rollins definitely earmarks him a spot, at least a spot. Maybe not a determined match, but definitely in the rankings for that Universal Championship. And you know, a guy like Seth Rollins, he's a prize fighter. I mean, he's gonna go straight for the top of the food chain, even if he hasn't even been here for a cup of coffee here on the Blue Brand. Nakamura, Rollins starting off here. Shinsuke ran straight at Seth Rollins. We're being told Rollins is in more of a formal wear right now because we found out his luggage was actually stolen from the car that transported him here to this venue. And well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. The show must go on. That was Vince McMahon's biggest motto. That's WWE's biggest motto to this day. You know, if they can help it and if they can wrestle, then you damn sure better believe that they're going to be in that ring, no matter what. If they're in a diaper. And look at this, Rollins. Coming through. Looking to take it to the King of Strong Style. And look at this, taking him over with the Falcon Arrow down to the mat. Oh my goodness, off the ropes, but Shinsuke. Oh, made him eat a boot for his trouble, and a beautiful deadlift German from Shinsuke. Oh, look at this. Running head start and just knocks him down with a layer to the back of the head. Oh my goodness, but an alley-oop bomb from Rollins, and now Rollins looking to get something going here. To the outside, and beautiful. I mean, he don't need no wrestling ring gear to perform the way we know Rollins loves to perform. Rollins. Nice neck breaker to Nakamura here. Oh, I think Rollins thought that Nakamura was going to get a little bit closer to the action, but Nakamura displaying that veteran mindset that we know he has. Oh, but he didn't see a running knee straight to his face coming in. Now Rollins. Oh no, Nakamura had him in a body slam position, but Rollins slipping out the back. And a knee to the face. And look at this, a springboard knee this time. Rollins looking to call it a night here. A 2 count. You know that knee rocked Nakamura for Rollins to get a 2 count already. And look at that, a beautiful discus elbow from Seth Rollins. But Nakamura looking to get back in this fight with those excruciating knees that he carries as well. Both men, experienced strikers. And look at this. Rollins perhaps going for that capture suplex, but Nakamura getting out of the way and taking a moment to gloat about it, which I don't know if you want to do in front of a man like Seth Rollins. He went for a super kick, but Shinsuke Nakamura counters that. And look at this. Going for a landslide on Seth Rollins. Here we go. 1. No, Rollins gets the shoulder up at a 1. But a big move like that definitely going to do the damage that it was intending to. And now off the ropes, Nakamura looked to possibly go for some version of the Kinshasa there, but Rollins luckily slipped out the way. And look at this, another neck breaker from Seth Rollins.
He's running on empty right now. This is a very dangerous situation now. Shinsuke is strong.
Rollins got to get something going here. Nakamura, not the kind of man you want to go the mile with. But if there's any man that can go a mile a minute, it's Seth Freakin Rollins. As he's got Shinsuke Nakamura up on the top rope looking for a suplex. Yes, a suplex and the Falcon Arrow to follow through with the pin combination. 1, 2. No, Nakamura getting a shoulder up. Rollins showing why he adds a new level of superstardom to this blue brand with his addition to the roster.
He's reeling, slowly getting up.
And look at this. Going for a pedigree on Nakamura, and he hits it. This could be it. 1, 2. No, again, Nakamura getting a shoulder up. Got some more fight left in him, but Rollins looking to knock that fight right out of him. Look at this, a Phoenix Splash. And this man's not even in his regular wrestling gear pulling out moves like that. That got the crowd on their feet for sure. Rollins throwing it all on the line here tonight. All in the effort to prove to Gunther why he deserves that title shot. A beautiful face buster from Rollins. Might have cut open Nakamura there.
Somehow, some way, he is still in this.
Oh, and a dragon screw. That could have dislocated Rollins' knee, and that's the last thing that he needs if he indeed wants that match with Gunther, because that's exactly what Gunther would be targeting. And as I say that, Nakamura just knocked Rollins out with a Kinshasa. Rollins kicked out at 1. That's a statement in its own right. The Kinshasa has put away numerous opponents here on SmackDown. And now the pace really starting to quicken here. Oh, and Nakamura trying to stay one step ahead of the Visionary. But Rollins one step ahead of him as well. Another neck breaker from Seth Rollins. Look at this. Oh, just scraping the face. And a forearm. Oh, and another forearm, but this time knocks Nakamura down. And look at this, a beautiful frog splash down to Nakamura. 1, 2, no, again he gets the shoulder up at the possible last second. But Rollins measuring Nakamura here. And a blockbuster down to the mat. Nakamura in trouble.
Shinsuke might be able to start mounting something here. Shinsuke hoping to start a rush of his own with that attack. Versatility.
Had Rollins where he wanted him, it looked like, but Sling Blade from Rollins gets himself back into this match. Oh my goodness, those strikes. But Nakamura coming back with 2 strikes of his own right and another discus elbow from Seth Rollins. Looks to have Nakamura floored. And Rollins getting Nakamura back on that top rope, and that's never a good sign for anybody when Rollins is on that top rope, especially if you're there with them. Inverted suplex, inverted DDT, this time a pin combination as well. 1, 2, oh my goodness, again. Nakamura getting the shoulder up, but man, what a maneuver. What a match in general from these 2 men. Another jumping knee from Seth Freakin Rollins. Off the ropes. Oh, and another forearm. But wait a minute, he's not done. Oh my goodness, a springboard stomp onto Nakamura. 1, 2, 3. Rollins gets the victory against a very competitive Shinsuke Nakamura. Rollins picking up a very hard fought victory against Shinsuke Nakamura here on SmackDown as he continues his quest to fight for that Universal Championship and to fight the ring general Gunther. We'll be back with more Universe Mode, and when we are back, it's time for the Great American Bash NXT pay-per-view. And man, that's going to be a great night of action. Until the next one, folks.